In case of degradation or loss of autopilot or auto-thrust systems, the consequences are quite different, but most probably end up in a stall when not treated properly. This is because transport aircraft usually cruise near the coffin's corner, meaning that Mach number and altitude are maximized. Nevertheless, a small safety margin of, for example, 10 knots below maximum possible Mach number, and for example, 1,000 feet below maximum possible flight level is used. This margin depends mostly on atmospheric conditions. Let's go into more detail. If the autopilot or autothrust are no longer able to keep altitude, attitude, and airspeed at constant values, the flight crew is required to manually keep those parameters within range. This is not only important for pitch, power, trim, but also for bank. The good thing is that the autopilot typically releases the aircraft in a trimmed state after disconnection, and autothrust releases the engines at their last power settings. Thus, only small efforts of the flight crew should be necessary for this part. If the flight director is lost, the aircraft should stay in altitude hold mode or basic pitch hold and heading hold mode. A more difficult situation occurs when the flight director suddenly changes to a completely different heading. In this case, the aircraft might start following the commands without noticeable time delay, with the consequence of changing the bank angle and consequently pitch, which might lead to a stall very quickly after the new bank angle for the turn was reached.